Hello everyone. In this video, I will discuss about Raman spectroscopy. When a substance, that substance may be from any state, either solid, liquid, or gas, is irradiated with a monochromatic light of a definite frequency, the light scattered at a right angle to the incident light content line of number one incident frequency, number two also lower frequency, sometimes line of higher frequency. We know when a light is passed through a transferring medium, the light, some portion of light may be absorbed, deflected, diffracted, reflected, so many cases arises. The line here, Raman spectra, deals with only scattering of light. Here, after scattering, three cases may arise. After scattering of light, three cases like incident frequency, that incident frequency either lower or equal to or greater. So, in this diagram, if we see the scattered light, frequency of scattered light nu s equal to frequency of incident radiation or light. We get a line of spectrum that is known as Rayleigh line when the scattered light, the frequency of scattered light is greater than the incident light. We get a band. That band is known as anti-Stokes line, and when the scattered light is frequency of scattered light is less than the incident light, we get a band that is known as Stokes line. The line with lower frequencies are called Stokes line, and also the line with higher frequencies are called anti-Stokes line. The lines with the same frequency as that of incident light is called Rayleigh line. It is observed that the difference between the frequency of the incident light and that of a particular scattered light was constant and depends only upon the nature of the substance which was irradiated. It is completely independent of the frequency of incident light. If nu1 is the frequency of incident light and nu is the frequency of the scattered light, then the difference in frequency, that is difference, that is del nu equal to nu I minus nu s, that is called Raman shift or Raman frequency. It may be noted that the Raman frequencies of a particular substance are characteristics of that substance. The various observations made by Raman are called Raman effect. Also, the spectrum is known as Raman spectrum. Next, quantum theory of Raman effect. Raman scattering can easily be understood in terms of quantum theory. In this theory, photons can be imagined to undergo collision with molecules. In case of collision, it is perfectly elastic and that will get reflected unchanged. A detector collects energy at right angle to the incident beam and thus receives photon of energy h nu. It may happen that energy is exchanged between the incident photon and the molecule during collision. Such collisions are called inelastic collisions. The molecule of such substances can lose or gain energy according to the quantum law. Thus, del E is the difference in energy between the two of its allowed state. Clearly, del E represents the change in the vibrational and or rotational energy of the molecule. In the case of molecules, the gain of energy del E, the photon will be scattered with energy h nu minus del E, and the equivalent radiation will have the frequency nu minus del E by h. Also, if the molecule of the substance loses energy del E, scattered frequency will be nu plus del E by h. Radiation scattered with frequency lower than that of the incident beam is called Stokes radiation, and that of higher frequency is called anti-Stokes radiation. Since the Stokes radiation is accompanied by an increase in molecular energy, it is generally more intense than anti-Stokes radiation. When a beam of monochromatic light passes through a liquid or gas, a small fraction of it scattered due to collision between the molecules of the scatterer and the photon of light. It is explained by assuming that a complex is formed between a molecule and a photon during very short interval, approximately 10 to the minus second of collision. This complex has a energy lower than the excited molecular electronic state. In other words, we can say the photon has energy h nu insufficient to cause a transition of the molecule from the ground electronic state with low vibrational and rotational state to a higher electronic state, as shown in the figure diagram. Two cases may arise depending upon whether the collision between the photon and a molecule in the ground state is elastic or inelastic in nature. Say, look at this figure. In this figure, figure A, B, C, D, energy absorbed by the molecule. Figure A, energy absorbed. There are several level: ground state, excited state. There are several level: 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Lower level, after absorbing radiation, molecular state changes from ground state to excited state. In figure B, after some time, the molecule goes to excited state to ground state again after losing energy. In B case, that is Rayleigh scattering. Why Rayleigh scattering? When it starts its original line and the original line, intensity of original line and intensity after impact, both are same, that is Rayleigh line. In C, figure C, when the intensity of the scattered light is low, here intensity is low, that formation of Stokes line. When intensity of scatter line is high, in figure D, that is anti-Stokes line. Here several cases may arise after collision. If the collision is elastic, Case number 1, if the collision is elastic, the complex will dissociate to give the photon and the molecule of the same energy which it had before collision. This is equivalent to saying that the molecule deviate the photon without absorbing its energy, or the collision induces forced collisions in the molecule. This lead to the appearance of unmodified line. That unmodified line is known as Rayleigh line. There is no change. In case number 2, if the collision is inelastic, for elastic collision, Rayleigh scattering occurs. In case of inelastic collision, there will be exchange or transfer of energy between the scattering molecule and the incident photon. Two different cases may arise. The molecule, number 1, the molecule is in lower vibrational or rotational level before collision and is present in any one of higher vibrational rotational level. Of the same state of same level, that is allowed condition as per selection rule. After excitation or emission of photon, thus the molecule absorb or gain energy equal to the difference in the two energy level involved. If we see the figure C, 4.2C, here in this figure, we see that intensity after scattering, after emission is lowered. Energy supplied by the photon of incident light, the frequency of emitted photon is less. That is Stokes line. Before collision, second case, before collision, the molecule is present in one of the excited vibrational and rotational energy state. But after emission, the photon, it occupies one of the lower vibrational energy state of the same level according to selection rule. Since the molecule imparts some of its intrinsic energy to the incident photon, the emitted photon has higher energy or higher frequency than the incident photon. When the collision is inelastic, there are two cases arises. One, the intensity of scatter light is less than the initial line, and intensity of scatter line is greater than the incident radiation or incident light. That means two cases are, one is Stokes line and another anti-Stokes line. In Stokes line, scattering radiation is less than the incident radiation, and anti-Stokes line scattering radiation is more than the incident radiation. These two cases of inelastic collision between photon and molecule constitute a Raman scattering. And this phenomenon was first observed by C.V. Raman in 1928. The frequency of this scatter light or emitted photon, which is either higher or lower than the incident photon, is called Raman frequency. For this discovery, Dr. C.V. Raman was awarded Nobel Prize. when we consider the scattering phenomenon as a collision between the photon and the molecule, with the final result that the molecule shifted from a energy level with E dot to another energy level, E double dot. Applying the law of mass, law of conservation of energy, collision before impact, kinetic energy, total energy of the collision equal to total energy after collision. Collision before impact equal to collision after impact. So total energy before collision, epsilon dot plus half m v dot square plus h nu 0 equal to epsilon double dot plus half m v double dot square plus h nu r. Here nu 0 the frequency of incident photon and nu r the frequency of scattered photon. Nu dot the velocity of the molecule before impact, nu double dot the velocity of the molecule after impact, epsilon dot the velocity of the molecule after impact, epsilon dot the intrinsic energy of the molecule before impact, and epsilon double dot intrinsic energy of the molecule after impact. As the collision does not cause appreciable change in temperature. Further, if the temperature is kept constant during the experiment, we have half m v dot square equal to half m v double dot square. Therefore, epsilon dot plus h nu 0 equal to epsilon double dot plus h nu r. After calculating or taking common, after calculating Vr equal to V0, nu r equal to nu 0 plus epsilon dot minus epsilon double dot by h. If epsilon dot equal to epsilon double dot, that is nu r equal to nu 0, which explain the Rayleigh scattering, that is unmodified line. Second case, if epsilon double dot greater than epsilon single dot, that is nu r less than nu 0, that is the frequency of scattered line is less than that of incident light. This gives Stokes line of Raman spectra. Third case, if epsilon double dot less than epsilon dot nu r greater than nu 0, which corresponding to anti-Stokes line of Raman spectra, where frequency of scattering light is more than that of incident light. If the quantum principle is applied to change in intrinsic energy of the molecule, we have nu dot minus, epsilon dot minus epsilon double dot equal to h nu m, where nu m the characteristic frequency of the molecule. Hence, from the above equation, nu r equal to nu 0 plus minus nu m. The difference in frequency of Rayleigh line nu 0 and Raman lines nu r is called Raman shift. That is now Raman shift del nu equal to nu r minus nu 0. Raman shift is independent of the frequency of incident light. That is, incident light may be of any frequency. However, Raman spectra is studied with visible or ultraviolet light. The equation, above equation shows that the Raman shift is a measure of difference in the energy of the two involved level of the molecule and is therefore characteristics of the molecule. The equation, above equation shows that the Raman line are symmetrically situated on the either side of the parent line corresponding to frequency of Rayleigh line. With Stokes line lower side of nu zero and anti-Stokes line the higher side of the nu zero. Stokes line are more intense than anti-Stokes line. The reason is that Stokes lines are caused by molecule of lower energy level which is more populated and have more intensity of the absorption. Anti-Stokes lines are caused by molecule of higher energy level which is less populated and hence less intense. Ordinarily, less than 1 part of 10 to the power 6 of incident light undergoes inelastic scattering. So, Raman lines in the spectrums are very weak corresponding to Rayleigh scattering. Therefore, long exposure are required with conventional light source. However, the use of laser, a powerful monochromatic source, has considerably reduced the time and solved the problem. The most commonly used laser is hydrogen neon source with the wavelength of incident light 3628 Armstrong. Next, what is the effect of temperature on Raman lines? At room temperature, the number of molecules possessing low energy is more. Due to this, Stokes transition will take place more frequently than the anti-Stokes transition. Thus, Stokes lines are more intense, but when the temperature is raised, the kinetic energy of the molecule increases and more number of molecules are raised to higher energy state. Thus, anti-Stokes line will gradually increase and their intensity also increases and they become prominent. Look at this instrumentation part here. Light source, spectrograph, and resolution slit, entrance slit, and object. This is the instrumentation part of Raman spectrophotometer. Pure rotational Raman spectrum for diatomic molecule. The selection rule for pure rotational Raman spectrum of diatomic molecule are del J equal to 0 plus minus 2. The selection rule del J equal to 0 corresponding to Rayleigh scattering and the selection rule del J equal to 2 for Raman's line. The energy of rotational level with quantum number J is given by nu bar equal to Bj into J plus 1. When the transition takes place from lower rotational level with the quantum number J to a higher rotational level with the quantum number J dot, the energy absorbed in terms of wave number is given by del nu bar equal to Bj dot into J dot plus 1 minus Bj into J plus 1. For the selection rule, del J equal to plus 2, that is J dot minus J equal to 2. We get del nu bar equal to B into J plus 2 into J plus 3 minus Bj into J plus 1. Del nu bar equal to Bj into 4J plus 6 where J equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 etc. Again, for the selection rule, del J equal to minus 2, that is J dot minus J equal to minus 2, we get del nu bar equal to Bj dot into J dot plus 1 minus B into J dot plus 2 into J dot plus 3. After calculating, we get del nu bar equal to minus b into 4j dot plus 6, where j dot equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Combining the above two equation, above two result, the wave number of the lines obtained will be given by nu bar equal to nu I plus minus del nu bar. Finally, we get an equation nu dot nu bar equal to nu I bar plus b into 4j plus 6, where j is equal to integers 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Here nu I tells the nu I bar tells the wave number of the Rayleigh line, plus sign gives lines with higher wave number and are called anti-Stokes line. Minus sign gives the line with lower wave number and are called called Stokes line. From the above equation, we see that j equal to 0. J equal to 0. Look at this picture in this figure. In this figure 4.4 for pure rotational spectrum of diatomic molecule. Here del j equal to 0. 0 means no change in intensity. That is Rayleigh line nu bar equal to nu I bar plus 6b. It means that the fast Stokes and anti-Stokes line will be at a separation of 6b. The difference between here left hand side Stokes line and right hand side anti-Stokes line. In between Rayleigh line and anti-Stokes line, either anti-Stokes line or Stokes line, the distance in between them is 6b. Now putting the value of j equal to 1, 2, 3, etc., the separation between any two adjacent Stokes line or anti-Stokes line will be 4b each. Clearly, the pure rotational Raman spectrum expected for diatomic molecules are like that. Rotational vibration Raman spectrum. We know the selection rule for a molecule to give pure rotational vibration Raman spectrum is that the polarization of the molecule must change as the molecule vibrate. In diatomic molecule, either homonuclear or heteronuclear, homonuclear diatomic molecule, hydrogen, fluorine, etc., heteronuclear HCl, CO, etc., we see that as the molecule vibrate, the control of the nuclei over the electron changes, and thus there is the change in polarizability. As a result of this, both type of diatomic molecule give rotational vibration Raman spectra. That is, they are vibrational Raman active. It is the main advantage of Raman spectra over infrared spectra because homonuclear diatomic molecule does not give pure vibrational rotational spectra as they do not possess permanent dipole moment. It may be noted that for diatomic gaseous molecule gives rotational vibration Raman spectra which are governed by the selection rule del V equal to plus minus 1 or del G equal to 0 plus minus 2. But it is found that at room temperature, many of the molecules are in the lowest vibration level, that is nu equal to 0. Clearly, the fundamental or significant vibrational transition is from nu equal to 0 to nu equal to 1. Restricting to this vibrational transition only, the result obtained are given as for number one case for del G equal to 0. Del G equal to 0, it is called O branches. For del G equal to plus 2, it is called S branches, and del G equal to minus 2, it is called O branches. So del G equal to 0 means Q branches and del G equal to plus 2 S branches and del G equal to 2, that is O branches. Here in this figure, del G equal to 0, that is Q branches, and del G equal to -2, that is O branches, and del G equal to +2, that is S branches. O branches, sorry, Q branches, O branches, and S branches. Del nu equal to 1 represents Stokes line, whereas anti-Stokes line are those for which del nu equal to -1. It may be noted that Stokes lines are usually strong. It may be noted that anti-Stokes lines are usually weak because very few molecules are in the excited vibrational state initially. The rotational transition which accompany vibrational transition from nu equal to 0 to nu equal to 1, and the rotation vibration Raman spectra are above shown in the below figure. Here, if we consider for carbon dioxide symmetric stretching, in symmetric stretching cases, there no change in dipole moment, that is IR inactive, but Raman active, there appreciable change in polarizability. Second structure, second, asymmetric stretching. In case of asymmetric stretching, IR active, that is appreciably change in dipole moment, but no change in polarizability in asymmetric stretching. When out of phase bending, that is oxygen acquires plus, and here also plus, carbon minus, that is plus or minus symbol indicate plane, in plane, out plane, that is out of phase bending, IR active and Raman inactive, both are degenerate. So we can say that Raman and infrared spectra are complementary. For infrared spectrum to occur, the molecule must show change in the dipole moment. This is the criteria for IR spectra. Molecule must have permanent dipole moment. For Raman spectra, there must be change in polarizability of the molecule, as these two requirements are somewhat different. Lines may be formed in one of the spectra or in both. The symmetrical stretching of the molecule, which are usually missing in infrared, appear prominently in the Raman spectra. On the other hand, asymmetric vibration shows opposite behavior. Thus, we can say that the vibrational mode which are inactive in infrared are sometimes active in Raman spectra. In case of small molecules, the less symmetric vibration often produce intense IR band, whereas more symmetric vibration produce strong IR band. Next, very important rule of mutual exclusion principle, very important. According to this principle, if a molecule possesses a center of symmetry, that is centrosymmetric molecule like hydrogen, carbon dioxide, acetylene, where center of symmetry is present, the Raman active vibration are IR inactive and vice versa. The molecule for which center of symmetry is absent can be simultaneously, substantially IR as well as Raman active. Clearly, the stretching vibration of homonuclear diatomic molecule like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, etc. are IR inactive but Raman active. Hence, we can say that infrared and Raman spectra are complementary to each other. Also, consider the case of carbon disulfide, CS2. It also centrosymmetric molecule. According to rule of mutual exclusion principle, all vibration in it are Raman active and IR active also. In structure of nitrous oxide, very interesting structure, nitrous oxide. We know nitrous oxide is known as laughing gas. NNO, that linear, not structure NNO, not NON. In this case, the vibrations are simultaneously IR as well as Raman active. It shows that the N2O is a linear structure but not centrosymmetric. In the same way, we can say sulfur dioxide band structure has no center of symmetry and vibrations are simultaneously IR and Raman active.